Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Dani, and today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me / life update. I tried filming this on my big camera, but it was tweaking, and I really love the quality of my big camera, and I was like, I want to put this to use. I haven't used that big camera since like my last video, like the makeup tutorial, I guess, in February. So I was like, I want to bring it out, but it was giving me quality issues. I'm like, okay, this kind of looks better. I'm thinking about selling this camera. It's the Canon R5. It was really expensive. I don't want to sell this camera because it's an amazing photography camera. And I'm like, maybe I'll just find a camera just for video to sit down because I love my Sony. So maybe I'll get a Sony camera. I don't know. But that's not the point of today's video. Today we're going to be doing a life update. I feel like I've been off track and I don't know, I sound so weird when I'm talking like I haven't been in front of the camera in months because I feel like I haven't. So yeah, so I have everything in my notes right here of what I want to talk about, and we're gonna get ready to, we're not going anywhere actually. I'm just staying in the house to create content. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing my makeup, so I'm going to be looking here, but let's get started on the whole issue. All right, so first things first, me being MIA, gone for minutes. Where was the last, okay, well, by the time you guys are watching this, my New York vlog would have went out by now, and that was filmed all the way back in March, and I'm uploading it in July, which is crazy. But I think it still has pretty good engagement for me being gone for so long. Yeah, I'm not too disappointed at it. But yeah, I had like a bunch of videos lined up. I had like a perfume video, a life update with that one. I was like, actually I came and post that one because there's just so much more that's happened since I recorded that, so that's not gonna work. So I was like, let me just film a whole brand new life update. You know, I'm like, I don't want my channel to be filled with life updates because I'm gone so long, for so long. Yeah, like let's fix that. Anyways, what was I doing? So last time I updated was April. April was a good month for me because I was just like finishing classes and I was super excited for the semester to be over, just everything to be over, honestly. Like I was just ready for it to be over. I finished my semester with a 3.7, 3.8, I think, which is like, actually no, that's not the highest GPA I've had. If I had a 4.0, I would have had a 4.0. But I don't know if I'll have a 4.0 because I don't know if I mentioned that I'm overloaded. That I overloaded classes my junior year. So a couple of those classes weren't registered and I got A's in both of them. So I don't know what it's going to look like once everything is finished. So yeah, that was April. May, what did I do? I don't know. May was, actually I know what I did in May. May was like Mother's Day weekend, so I went to Miami. There are pictures up on my, well, my old Instagram, but I went to Miami for Mother's Day, which was super nice. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was supposed to shave my face, but I totally forgot, so I'm sorry. Went to Miami, stayed a couple days. It was so much fun. Had a blast. I wanted to go there for my birthday, but I couldn't, so being in Miami was just, the weather was nice. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too, like, it wasn't too anything. It was raining, I think. Was it raining? I don't know. But Miami was so much fun. And then after Miami, I went to my friend's graduation in Atlanta. She graduated from Spelman. That's my girl since high school. So super nice. I was like, I didn't get to see you graduate high school. It's like a tradition for everyone to go see the seniors graduate. And I was a junior at the time and she didn't have a graduation. She had like a small one because, you know, COVID and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna see you graduate your senior year of college. So that was also part of my May. And then I came back home and it was like straight into preparing for a study abroad. And then I'm not gonna go too much into study abroad because that's a whole topic in itself. And after, sorry guys, my lash is acting weird. Okay, well if it's weird on camera, I'm sorry. So yeah, before we get into stuff, I think that actually, is that basically it? I think there's definitely more, but yeah, we'll get into that later. Anyways, so as you guys can tell, it says Dani Kuro and not Dani Noir. I just feel like I wanted to go through a rebrand. Like, I wasn't really feeling Dani Noir anymore. Like, it just wasn't, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. And I was like, I want something different. I want something to stand out. So I was like, oh, why not Dani Kuro? And it basically means black in Japanese. I'm really butchering the pronunciation, I'm sorry. But it means black in Japanese. And I wanted to stick with the black theme. And if I can't do noir, I was like, why not Japanese? So I love Japan. I love the culture. I want to go to Japan in a couple years. I feel like that would be super cool and really exciting. I also love Japanese food. Oh, I love everything about Japan. Anyway, so yeah, as you guys can tell, I've rebranded on all social medias. Actually, I started a new Instagram account. And I was just like, I don't know, I felt like, I don't know, did I mention this? No, because this was new. That was in April. I was starting my Instagram account and I kind of stopped. But because it was so weird. It was like, I was always gravitating towards posting on my new account because I felt like, you know, when someone follows you, you're like, oh my gosh, like someone followed you, it was really cool. I felt like all my like memories were there, all the people I connect with were there. And I had to realize I need to stop posting on that old account because, sorry guys, like, it doesn't want to focus on me. I really hope I'm in focus this whole time. You know, like when you have an old account, you just feel gravitated towards it. Some people are like, no, maybe I need to delete the account so that I just don't get, you know, attached to it or start posting on there. I've been posting on my old account and like my engagement there is just not the same. And I'm like thinking like, oh yeah, something's gonna change. Nothing doesn't. It's the same old, same old. My account has like lost over almost 100 followers on it. And even though following doesn't mean anything, but as a content creator, you want to be boosting engagement. You don't want that decrease. Like, yes, it's gonna fluctuate. And if you don't post, it's gonna fluctuate. But it should fluctuate by like maybe 10 at the max. But mine, it was like every time I would post, someone would unfollow me. Like 5 people would unfollow me. And like maybe there were just people like, you know, we followed from college or high school and stuff like that, and they just like forgot you there, or like someone you don't follow back and it's like, why am I following them? So there's probably a couple of different reasons, but I just felt like that account was dead. Like people were watching, people weren't engaging. I was scared to ask questions, scared to post my YouTube. So I was like, let me create a different page. And I felt so comfortable and free on that page. But yeah, I just realized like, let me just let that page die. But that's the page I like go to connect with people and like look at different things. So that's why I was like, it's hard to let it go. But I realized I have to let that page go. So yeah, so I created a new page. It's by Dani Kuro. So that's what my platform at by Dani Kuro on all platforms, on Lemonade, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. TikTok, by the time you guys watch this video, I should have changed my TikTok. So I created a new TikTok. Well, I had like 3 TikToks. I had an old TikTok and I was like, okay, I want to rebrand to lifestyle, and that was Dani Noir. And I was posting on that again. I was like, I think I want to create something fresh. So, you know, I had someone say like, oh, you should just create a whole new TikTok. I was like, okay, bet. But I had changed my username like by Dani Kuro on that old one. So I had to wait like 14 days. So I think Thursday, like this Thursday, is when I should be able to get access to that account. And I was like, I actually don't even want to create any content until like I get that username. So Thursday, I'm coming up with that username. Anyways, so that was like one of the main things, was just my rebrand. And you guys can tell like I'm switching it up, you know. Hopefully I feel like connected to it. I still feel a sense of connecting to Dani Noir, but I just realized like I need to stop, I need to, you know, cut it and like not create that whole thing. Oh, I'm like looking at the viewfinder. Another thing, oh, I'm missing steps. I'm missing steps. Sorry guys, I've not done my makeup in so long. So as I was talking about, in May I studied abroad. I think I mentioned that in my New York vlog, that I wanted to study abroad. Y'all, I think I romanticized studying abroad a little too much, because the way I wanted to go home, I was counting down the weeks. And this is not to say that you're not going to have a great time studying abroad. I just didn't for a couple of reasons. The first reason was like that first week I got sick. And that was my fault. I forgot the brand that makes the oatmeal. I think it's like Quaker Oats or whatever. But their protein one has milk in it. Their regular ones don't. So I was just like rushing because I think I had to like, I was about to head out to the airport. So I was like rushing to buy everything. And I just grabbed it. And then my first unofficial day of school, I had an allergic reaction. And I literally took one bite. I was like, no, this is not happening. So that happened to me. It was terrible. I was like, oh my gosh. Ugh, like it was terrible. And then that week as well, I was not feeling well. Like my body was, it was just terrible. My body was aching. I just, no, like it was not cute, not good at all. I felt like I was in pain. I felt like I had COVID. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then I flew to Milan to go see my family. I flew to, what's it called? Italy, Lake Como. Well, no, we drove to Lake Como. But my mom was there for a wedding and it was my mom's birthday weekend. So I went to go see her and then I went to the doctor and he was like, yeah, like you might like be having something with your heart. I was like, with my heart? Like, what do you mean? So he was like, you need to get checked out, yada, yada, yada. Don't go under a lot of stress because he was like, do you feel like your heart is like beating faster? Like my heart was beating faster than I guess the average or what the standard heartbeat is. So I was like, I'm going under stress. So maybe I just need to cut out all the stress in my life. And I'm like, what are these stressors in my life? Anyways, so then I finished the program. I was like counting down the days because I was like, I went to Paris. Paris was fun. I didn't really vlog or film. I'm gonna insert footage from my time studying abroad, but I didn't really vlog. I romanticized it. I didn't, yeah, no. I was ready to go. And the food, I was eating junk food every single day because I have a dairy allergy. And granted, you're gonna usually stay with a host family, but I opted out of that and I stayed at like an apart hotel. But just even cooking, like I just didn't want to cook. Like I was ordering food. My whole system was messed up. I probably would have done this in the UK, but the reason why I was studying abroad in France, and I wasn't in Paris, I was in like the west of France, I was in a city called Nantes, is because I wanted to perfect my French. Now, have I spoken French since I've gone back? No, which is bad because I need to keep refreshing my French before I forget. But I want to perfect my French. I want to improve it. The semester before, I had taken French and it really helped me for Nantes. But I still was in the beginner stages and I'm like, I kind of want to give up on French. But no, I love speaking French. One day I want to do like a full video in in French. I think that'd be super cool. But for right now, my French is very basic, very beginner. And it was cool like talking to people in French. Like I'm able to understand, but I just don't know what to respond. That was usually my issue, is I can comprehend French, but I don't know what to respond back. So that's the issue I had. Anyways, so yeah, I came back home. Like I was like, Mom, I want to go home. Like I'm feeling jet lag. For some reason, I booked my flight to return July 1st. And I was like, we got to fix that. So I was able to leave early. I left Saturday, like June something. I was so happy to be back home. Like I had a lot of cleaning to do, just a lot of things. And now we are here, July, what is it? The 17th, I think. And I am in Pittsburgh where my apartment is. I just needed to come back to my apartment because home can be chaotic. It can, I'm not gonna lie. Like living with, just living. It can be very chaotic. No, yeah. So what was gonna happen actually was my old boss, I worked for her like 2 years ago, my sophomore year, as an interior design intern. So what I was gonna do is work for her again for the rest of the summer. And she wasn't feeling well, and also she was like back and forth. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. I couldn't do an internship because usually a lot of people, when you get an internship, they want you for the full like 10 weeks. And I couldn't commit to 10 weeks because, you know, I'm sitting abroad. So I was just like, oh, like I want to get a job or something. And I was like, no, I really don't want to do that. Like I loved working for my boss. So I was like, okay, for the second half of the summer, I'm just going to focus on content. I feel like that's really where I need to shine and really like bring back in. The only thing is I'm traveling for 2 weeks in August, like end of July, August. And I feel like that's going to throw off my content creation stuff. And I might want to, I think I'm just going to batch content some things so that I'm ready for when I come back to school. So yeah, so that's my plans. I'm in Pittsburgh for probably another, I was supposed to leave Thursday, but I'm going to leave, I believe Monday or Sunday, I think. I don't know what day that is, but that's the day I'm going to leave. So I'm going to try and take advantage of just recording in a peaceful environment. I also came here because I wanted to start working on cleaning my apartment. For me, I don't know if anyone else is like this. Like, I just need a clean environment to think and process and just do anything, honestly. My mom is the total opposite of me, and like, she doesn't really get that. She's always asking me like, why do you need a week to go back? Like, I can go back in 3 days. I'm like, Mom, that is you. Like, I love that for you. But me, I can't do that. Sorry. So right now I'm just here cleaning, and it's honestly been so great having the opportunity to just clean my apartment, because when I left it, it was definitely messy. I didn't have any time to clean. I was trying to rush to come back home in time, and I didn't clean it before I left. I think even if I cleaned it before I left, I would still want to come back and like clean everything. But to my surprise, there was a lot of things going wrong with this apartment. Oh my gosh, my hair is getting stuck with this apartment. So I had to call maintenance and have them like fix everything, which is very frustrating. Like, there was like water damage, the AC wasn't working, the dishwasher wasn't working, the washer had like a weird smell to it, my filter wasn't working, my fridge was freezing items it shouldn't be. Like, it was just a bunch of different things. And like, trying to get that all done for when the school year starts would have been very chaotic, very hectic. So I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm here to fix all of that. When I do come back for the fall time, everything won't be fully done because I didn't bring a lot of clothes with me. There was only so much I could bring. So yeah, but I've been like organizing like my closets and like my kitchen really. The clothes are probably gonna have to get reorganized and stuff, but the main like items like my kitchen and like my extra closet where I keep like all the storage and stuff, that's like getting organized. So I'm like really happy about that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And also like being in Pittsburgh to create content is also really helpful for me because I mean, I do create content at home, but I feel like it's very comfortable back home. But I do have like a lot of content ideas for when I do go back. So that's also why I'm back in Pittsburgh, which also leads me, well, the rest, I did talk about my summer plans for the rest of the summer. It's just to really work on content creation, and then yeah, and then I'm going into my senior year of college, which is so crazy. I want to milk as much content as I can, like getting ready for my first day of school, all those things. Like, I'm super excited but super nervous. Like, senior year, I created a structure to where, ignore my nose, I know it looks crazy, but I did it to where my spring semester is going to be super light, God willing. I knew I did not want a lot of things going on my senior year or senior spring period. So I was like, okay, let me set up a schedule where I will still be able to like get all my classes done, but I have like an easy spring semester. So I overloaded this semester. I took summer classes as well. What else did I do? I'm overloading this fall as well. And then I would have had an easier spring, but there was only one class. It wasn't offered in the fall, so I have to take it for my major requirement. If you guys do not know, I major in media and minor in business. So yeah, I don't know where that's gonna take me. Hopefully it takes me somewhere, but I'm really excited for what my senior year brings. I definitely want to go out with my friends more, like really experience college. I don't know, I have like a bittersweet feeling about college. I feel like I didn't get the most out of it because I just wasn't in love with the college that I attended. I really wish I could have created college content because I feel like that's something I would have loved to do, but it's very hard to do it when you don't really like the school you attend. And I did try to transfer, so I didn't get in. So that was my thing. I was thinking about grad school. I think I was talking about that in my other life update. I was thinking about grad school, but for the MBAs, they all require like a GRE. And I don't want to put that in existence. Like if I really studied very hard, I could, study and get in and pass. But I think because how many years? 18 years maybe of my life has been in school. I kind of just want to give myself a break and a breather. Like I finished college. Like my parents say, like school is not going anywhere. I could literally go back to college at 50 years old and get my PhD, get my master's, all of that. But right now in my life, I just want to graduate and figure out what being an adult is like. And I know adulthood is not fun, but I don't know. Like I just want to live life a little bit, I feel like a lot of people, and I don't know what I want to do, honestly. Like I've been applying to jobs. The job market is terrible for people who are in a creative field like me. It's just really bad for us. And I'm just like, let me focus on YouTube. Not saying that I'll be able to have a full-time job just doing YouTube and consecration. And I might, I never know. Like I don't want to, not put that in existence, but I also have to kind of be realistic and think about other things. So I've just been doing a bunch of different things, like, working on YouTube, also like looking for jobs to apply to, thinking about post-grad plans, like what am I gonna do like when I graduate, all those different things. And I think it's very important to think about because you never know what is gonna happen, right? But y'all, my back hurts. I'm sorry, my back hurts. Like y'all get nice beauty room chairs. Like if you have a vanity, get chairs that support your back because this shirt does not. Anyways, ooh, not me skipping steps. But yeah, so I don't know what is going to happen. Like I'm really nervous, very excited to see what the future holds for post-grad. But right now I'm just like trying to make it through senior year and graduate. But it's so crazy because like 4 years ago, I was literally a senior in high school applying to college. But yeah, I want to give myself at least a year to 2 years to figure out what I really want. And if nothing is moving and my life is stagnant, which I rebuke in the name of Jesus, my life will not be stagnant. But if for some reason that happens, then I will go apply, study for my GRE or whatever test I need, and apply to grad school and get my MBA. So that's what I'm thinking. But I don't want to jump straight into school. I definitely know it's going to be harder when it's like just go to school full out. Now, if I was a doctor, lawyer, anything like that, that would have made sense. But I'm not doing that. Like I would be getting my MBA, which I feel like, okay, it'd be really great to do that while everything's still fresh in my head, but no. So we're not gonna do that. I think that if I really applied myself, I could definitely pick it up if I take a gap year, which I am going to do. Well, not a gap year, but not apply for my master's. So yeah, that is that. Post-grad, wow, we're going pretty quick and I still not finished my makeup. Anyways, post-grad plans. I'm kind of iffy about if I should share my post-grad plans because, people, I have not done it yet. So it's like people can definitely wish on your downfall. But just know it's going to be big, big, big things. Big things, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, if you're a senior in college and you're thinking about not going to grad school, definitely just bet on yourself for once. I think for me, what's really scary, and now we're like getting past the life update and we're going into chit chat, like life advice and everything. What is like scary for me is like all I've known is school. And I think for a lot of people, all we've known is school for our whole entire lives. Like that's what consumes most of us for a majority of our lives, of our life. So that's why it's like when we get out of this mold, like college is like that. Okay, yeah, it's like fun. It's like a little bit of adulthood, but it's still school in itself. So when we get out of that mold, and if we haven't really done anything in those 4 years to transition us to adulthood, it can be very, very, very scary. So, yeah, like I get the feeling of being scared of the unknown, of like, what do I do after I graduate college? Like, do I just go into school? And some people do go into school because they just need another safety net. Some people apply to a job, people go into the workforce, they do whatever. But I think you should really take a bet on yourself. If you're somebody who's been wanting to do something and like starting a business, YouTube, whatever, just go and do it. Start now, actually. Start now and go for it, because you never know what the future holds. You never know what your little business or your little YouTube, and also never let anyone try to little you. Like, whatever you're doing is not little, right? Your little content creation, whatever. And a lot of people don't realize how much content creators make. And I'm not saying that you're gonna make like millions within, you know, a year, right? Let's also be realistic. But, and hold on, I don't know, you might be able to make $1 million a year, but don't let anyone little what you're doing, right? They try to put the little, you know, they're putting the little in belittling, right? That's literally belittling what you're doing. And what you're doing is not little, it's very big. It takes a lot of courage to step out. And it's, you know, like now it's definitely easier because a lot of people do it. Content creation is very popular right now. You know, there are people who are starting something. You probably want to start something that isn't popular, that people don't know about, and you're a little bit nervous about. Do it. Break the mold. Start whatever it is. For me, I used to be very, and I'm starting a series soon. I'm starting a whole content creator series. But I used to be very scared of vlogging in public. I have really bad social anxiety. I don't, not because I'm mean, but I just don't talk to people in public. I don't engage with people in public. And that's just because I'm like, I don't like small talk. I don't like those things. And I feel like people, you know, take that as, oh, you're being mean, or you don't know how to socialize and all those different things. But it's really how I am. And I asked God, I was like, God, like, if this is really meant for me, please, like, show me something. And I felt like I just started getting more courage, like vlogging in public. When I went to New York, I vlogged in public. There were sometimes I just didn't want to bring out my camera because it was raining and it was just too much, and I do not want to lose my camera. But I felt like God was really there with me, like saying like, okay, like, I want you to do this. Like, I'm giving you the courage to vlog in public. And I just started not caring, right? And that's something hard as somebody who has like a fear of vlogging in public or anxiety. Social anxiety. A lot of people ask people like, and I'm like all over the place, sorry guys, like my brain moves a million miles an hour and like my mouth just talks. But a lot of people, they'll ask YouTubers like, oh, how do you vlog in public? How do you, and I understand, you know, you have to start from somewhere, but I think it's easier when think of it as a job. Right now, obviously it's hard because you're not making money from it, but I think with YouTubers is, I'm making money from this. Like, this is my job. Why would I let somebody on the street that I'm not going to see again stop me from making money? Stop me from creating income? Now, as a smaller creator, we don't really have that kind of mindset because we're not making that money from it. We're just doing it as a passion. Hopefully something can come from it, but we're not really making any money from it. So it can be very hard to like have that mindset of, okay, yeah, like I'm making money. I'm not going to let anyone, you know, affect what I'm doing because they're staring at me, you know, versus, oh, you know, I'm making 10K from this brand deal. I'm making 5K every month from YouTube. I'm not going to let Joe on the street affect what I'm doing because I'm vlogging in public, right? And the more you do it, the more you feel better. Now, my thing was, I felt like I live a kind of boring life in Pittsburgh. Like, I just feel like there's nothing to do here. Now, when I'm back home, there's definitely a lot of things to do. But here, it's like, there's only so much I can vlog, like so much I can do that it doesn't really seem repetitive. So that was just like my whole spiel and things. I'm like, I feel like there's only so much I can do. Anyways, but yeah, like start acting and moving like you are making money from YouTube. I feel like that's what's really gonna help, because that's what a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's your job, you want to do it, da da da. But I feel like that doesn't really help with younger, or not younger, but newer creators who are not making anything from it. And not to say that YouTube and like Instagram, your goal is to make money, but it definitely helps when, oh, you're making money from it, you know. And people who don't have social anxiety, you know, if you didn't have social anxiety, I'll vlog in public, I'll do whatever in public, but I have social anxiety, so yeah. But start to move like, okay, well, no one's around me. You have to really kind of be a little bit like selfish and selfless and be like, actually, this is my world. You guys are just living in it. Like, I'm the main character. Y'all are side characters. So if I want to vlog at this cafe, I can. Now, obviously, they say you can't record in public. There's a whole nother thing. But besides that, if a random person on the street or whatever is looking at you and makes a comment, they're a side character in your life. Literally a side character. So that's what I really also try to do to help me to kind of move and navigate. It's like, wait, they're a side character to my main story. Like, I'm the main character in the story in my life. So if they're over here talking about, oh, why is she vlogging? Da, da, da. Okay, I'm vlogging because this is literally my story. What are you gonna do about it? Like, you know, not like that in a cocky way, but that's what you really, that's also what I had to kind of think is like, wait, I'm the main character in this story. This is my playground. This is my, you know, realm. Like, this is my life, really. So if I'm gonna let somebody, you know, random that I don't know affect me, then maybe I need to be rethinking some things, you know, and try and gain my self-confidence back and like rebuild myself and all those things. But yeah, so that's what I also think to try and help me. But another thing I also want to mention is taking breaks as a small creator. I feel like sometimes we feel like we can't take breaks because we don't have people missing us. And yes, you can have family and friends, but obviously it's different than, you know, someone DMing you and be like, hey, like, where are your vlogs? I miss you. And I think that can be very like helpful when you hear people talk about your vlogs or talking about missing you on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. I know it's definitely super helpful when I hear my friends and family talk about it. It can definitely like motivate me to want to pick up the camera and be like, okay, yeah. But if you really don't have that support system, it can be hard. And you might feel like you can't do anything because there's no one there. But really take time. If you need time off from YouTube, definitely take the time to do that. Don't think because you're a micro creator that no one cares or you can't do that. You know, it seems like, oh, you know, every YouTuber you watch that hasn't posted in a minute, they have someone being like, where's the video? Where's the video? And obviously for me, I definitely want to get to a point where someone's like, where's the video? Now in a nice way. Some people drag it and they're like, we actually don't care about anything you have going on. Put that video up. Mental health is definitely important. You should definitely not try and burn yourself out over, you know, creating videos, especially if you don't really see any return. Sometimes you might need to take a little step back, you know, regain your thoughts and post again. And that is absolutely okay. Don't let anyone make you feel like you can't take breaks, especially as a minuscule creator, you know. I took breaks all the time and then I get up, get back, and I'm on the grind. I'm on my mode. I'm on everything because I took that break. I was able to refresh, recharge, and I'm ready to create content again. And I love it. You know, you don't want it to become a thing of not loving it. And I felt myself, ooh, y'all see that side? Ah, ooh, that's gel. Am I making it worse? Maybe I'll just leave it alone. I felt myself like falling out of love with content because what was happening? In my classes, I would have to create videos and these videos would be long. Like I did a whole small short documentary in one of my classes. In my recent class, I had to record something and it was colliding with YouTube. And I was like, I feel like I'm getting burnt out from YouTube because of school. And I felt like school is just the common denominator in all these things. Anyways, back to the main point. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to take a break from everything and kind of regroup and recenter myself and come back even harder. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing now. So definitely feel like if you need to take a break, take the break. I'm surprised my camera is going on this long. I really want to try and record before my camera goes out. But before I close out this video, if you're somebody who's nervous about creating content or is nervous about starting, definitely just start. I know it's hard to hear that, and I put this in all my videos. Truly mean it. Don't let anyone stop you from creating content. I know a lot of people are like, oh, content creation is so oversaturated, like the influencer market, da da da. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Do you know our like generation? I was watching, what show was I watching? I was watching Owning Manhattan. Our generation are the people who are buying these multi-million-dollar like apartments. Young people, people who are doing business, people who are starting their online business, doing YouTube, doing content creation, doing all those things, who are able to afford those things. Content creation is literally changing people's lives. So if you feel like you can't do it, you're embarrassed, whatever, don't listen to people who say it's oversaturated. Don't listen to people who say there's not enough money in it. Do you know how many people are getting money from brand deals? Like, are you crazy? There's I think it's almost, I don't know. I think it's $1 trillion business, the content creation industry. Now, don't quote me on that because I don't know. Okay. But it is honestly life-changing, and it's changed so many people's lives. And I think it could change yours. And if you don't want to do it because you're scared, then maybe content creation is not for you, and that's okay. You really got to think, what is your reason and intention to create content? Is it to make money? Is it to do this? Blah, blah, blah. You really got to think. And I think that people who really work well is people, if you have nothing to lose, right? People are going to go for it. But if you are feeling comfortable, if that's not your main source of income, if you don't really love it, you're not going to go as hard, right? You're not going to find, it's like people who have nothing, really. You have nothing, so they'll do anything to make it. You don't want it bad enough. How bad do you want to be a YouTuber and a content creator and, you know, to just change your life, really? That's the whole thing. And people who don't really want it that badly are not going to see it. So yeah, so I really think that you should, you know, start content creation, pick up that camera up, start your business, whatever. Don't listen to anything anyone says, right? Who are trying to put you down, who are trying to say it's oversaturated, all of that. Don't listen to them. Anyways, guys, I'm going to finish up my makeup and come back here to close out the video because I don't want this to end and I feel myself rambling. So yeah, I'll be right back. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm acting weird filming this outro and I'm like, I don't want to cut this out. I want you guys to see everything raw and uncut and my personality, but let's try and film this outro because it's like the 5th time that I'm refilming this. But this is the finished makeup. I don't know if I'm really loving the lip combo or if it just looks weird on camera. I'm not sure. I have no clue. Anyways, but this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys felt a little motivation from it, maybe, and you guys were just able to catch up on the past couple of months of my life. I definitely want to get back into posting weekly content and just posting more videos for you guys. So let me know what kind of videos you like to see, vlogs, all that kind of things. Definitely want to get into a routine of posting more. I don't know when this video is going out, but it definitely shouldn't be going out too late. Hopefully sometime this week, we'll see. But yeah, guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.